Stan, Joyful. This is Zenzi. We're doing one of my series on my playlist. Hashtag Bongo Naked. This is about me, myself, and Magic Matthew McConaughey. So of course, we're doing a little Blair Witch, ain't got no money filming video. I am Zenzile Landalosi. I am responsible for who I've become, the protector of all living beings. My friends, you have the power to network me to the Renaissance matrons and patrons who will start listening to my work, dinner party me, who will understand what I'm capable of and what that implies that you are capable of. My friends, aging is a myth. Now, reverse aging, that might be a trick that I have some special, physiological exceptionalism. But mental reverse aging, I can entrain you. I didn't get Zenzi out for the ensemble. I wanted her to be in beginner's mind. But Zenzi is not a beginner. Stan, hope you've seen The Fifth Element. If not, we're going to have to go through the whole thing. I'm going to have to perform for you. Let me pull focus for a minute, all right? This is a Socratic improv. It is a trance. It is subconscious access to a philosophy of everything that is conscious. The men, the physicists, are trying to come up with a theory of everything that unites the cosmological and the quantum. They can't do it because they're not aware of the MC Hammer dictum. When you measure, include the measurer. That's my dog Zanzi entering the scene. You don't even know I have a 15-year-old dog. Been imprisoned in this Taj Mahal of homelessness for 3.5 years. We must be cared for. And you are precisely the people to break ranks around me. If you've not read Hannah's autobiography, we can read it out loud. I'll skim it through and get you the details. But she's created a pathway for me to have overnight success. I am so similar to Hannah Gadsby, and so very different, and so similar to Eddie Izzard, that here's my career. I am Dave Chappelle, cross-dressed with Eddie Izzard, the Hannah Gadsby of a theory of consciousness that explains everything. Bleeding edge science intertwined with ancestral wisdom is what I'm on. And an optimized endocannabinoid system. I know how to give every adult in America the one thing they truly want, which is just to be who they are, which is to stop playing the games, to stop seeing a woman needing a home and telling her to cook and clean. Yes, biologically I look female, and I'm cool with that. Yes, I have a heterosexual, lifelong attraction to black men. Nothing to be seen there. Oh, yes, there is. So much love. My love for black humans on a stage teaches everyone under the delusions of whiteness. And that's everyone who isn't a Yanomami. Tribes in Papua New Guinea whose names I will not butcher. I'm saying the only remaining, point, point, there's not even 1% of humans who are still indigenously, ancestrally aware that we are all African ancestrally. Science got to step up to the plate, and they have been denying our species its true nature because they just don't have the tools. But you see, the wise feminine philosopher, Carnegie Mellon degreed philosopher of quantum physiology. I'm fixing the mistakes that Uncle Albie made. Yes, I am saying to you, Albert Einstein made mistakes. And because I gotta have another white man to vouch for me all the time. Me and Nikola Tesla. We are the Shakti Shiva of electromagnetic consciousness. Now, he had the whole way to make the stuff to give us all the light and power and ultimately devices we needed. I'm the one to give us all the devices of thought that stand against the tide of the tech hegemony. You see, the reason I'm different, I see that we're living in a hashtag neurodemic. And while we're going to work first on getting me to Netflix, they're the ones ponying up the money for my entercation empire of hashtag breaking brilliant. Whereas those men made meth. This woman wakes wisdom. I'm the one that shouts. Mama says knock you out. Don't call it a comeback. I'm fresh princed from scratch. We're going to pitch the Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation right off the bat. This is all part of my hashtag Chappelle Challenge. So while everyone's going to be all right, they can see me in league, perhaps with Hannah and Eddie. But as much as I admired them, I could not see myself and I'm feeding my Zanzi-poo her night snack, and I should be a little bit more quiet. We're going to take Zenzi down a bit. This is Socratic improv, is being able to show and demonstrate a mind completely open to the present as it is, completely devoid of the past as it erroneously has been, the theories, that is, and able to draw the entire species forward into a civilization of racial harmony where we've ended all dehumanization. I pitched this to my alma mater years ago. When I first became homeless 3.5 years ago, I went straight from Whidbey Island, where I had to be because the whole continent is too toxic for me to live on. I had to get off the mainland completely to stay alive. But with no family, no friends, no funds. What was a severely, very nearly autistic AF human to do? she says. I'll go to my alma mater. I've tried so many ways. I did start small-ish. Oh, I've got billions of dollars of income streams on the many income streams, many billions. No problem. Really, truly. Convincing. Reed Hastings or Mark Randolph of Netflix, our Santa Cruz neighbors. All right, we play 6 degrees of separation. We never, ever stray very far from Will Smith. When we're talking about the slap watched around the wood hood, Hollywood's hood is everyone who's not indigenous. And that's where the delusions of the whiteness thought tradition are why you just told a human whose energy you know to be vast that she should cook and clean in order to be offered refuge from an economic system called plantation capitalism. Now, hopefully your mind just went where my mind went. If not, we'll talk about it in person. I can't be going on much longer. I do understand that most of y'all do not have my energy, and I can explain it to you in frequency. There is the tip of my iceberg. This is the performance layer level. And it's so on point. You'll be astounded. This is video 565. I am good at what I do. I learned from Hannah. I learned from Eddie. But it was watching Sticks and Stones. Dave Chappelle was 9/15/2019. 5 years ago. I was in the process of evaporating 150 pounds in the 15 months after turning 50. And I was not going back into cubicle captivity. I saw how the intersection of me being my best self was for the greatest global good. That's a philosophical talk. Don't think I'm grandiose. There's not a white person in the U.S. of hypocrisy who doesn't backhanded slap each other down with the quickness. I do not know how to get through to y'all, but to show you a different way of communicating and how to get your mind entranced. All right, I'm running on a ticket. Of Trojan giraffe of whiteness. I have the white people on film entrapping themselves. Police saying it's illegal to sleep. Mall cops almost nearly causing a major traffic collision pileup for forcing an ill person off a parking lot at 5 p.m. The stories people are saying in their mind about me, the preposterousness of it all, I've demonstrated by being able to video it by myself for myself's continued existence. I'm showing the dehumanization that happens just because my car is not well kept. If we're to take a survey of most people, I look like I'm on a long road trip with out-of-state, not California plates. But I have been targeted in 28 days in Santa Cruz. I've been targeted at least 12 times for being a homeless person who needed to be kicked in her gut or kneeled on her neck. You can't sleep here. You can't rest here. You can't be here. We need an empty van transporting books for the public library to be where you are. You must move. The two living beings in the vehicle trying to be in the shade have no rights in this property rights law. I'm not going to give you a horrible word. The money's going to come from life-centric thinking. First, do no harm to any molecule of life. We pivot that and we go straight to the billionaires. I mean, everyone's been taught to think so small of themselves that literally my bigness, morbid obesity, Stan, we talked a lot about it. How strangely astounded I am at the capacity of what it gave me the power to be able to do now. I need your help seeing the performance as actual college lectures. You gotta get me to Stanford as well, as I will tell about that story. Hashtag free will gathering. We're going to make the next Goodwill Hunting. We're pivoting. Robin Williams is right now saying, oh yeah, they've got 14. Robin Williams is actually telling Eddie Izzard right now how upset he is with her for not seeing me high street perform with Eddie Izzard and George Clooney and Ewan McGregor and Don French and Joanna Lumley and more people. When she was on the pandemic, she did 32 marathons in 31 days. And I street performed in the YouTube comments. It's out there, people. I've been like this for years. There ain't no adult in America not scared of the power of a free human mind. And somehow I just keep doing what I'm doing, talking it all through, and I seem to be able to survive just about anything, except not being able to sleep and not having nutritious food. Let's handle that, all right? No money, no working, no bowing down, no toxic chemicals. We find a place where there is some spare. 2, 3 full months. When I could focus on getting my Netflix streaming deal into a pitchable format, while other people focus on getting the 6 degrees of separation. It's a done deal. All right, because it's Dave Chappelle. Get me to read Hastings, and as he saw Chappelle, he will see the Chappelle in me. Mostly because I've just been trying to be Chappelle for Dave Chappelle. I don't care if anyone else sees it. But you know what I just did, right? I just walked up and canceled myself on behalf of the homeless population in Santa Cruz. Where do you think I got that cancel myself move from? DC. Chappelle is my comedy soulmate, yo. Philosophically. All right, peace, harmony, Ben Zenzi.